Welcome to the Clown Zone. Population 1. Guess which one? Who knows?
I think it's me. I look like a clown right now, or at least I don't look like a clown. I look like I was a clown and I've retired from being a clown and I don't know what to do with my life and I got beat up recently. That's what I look like right now, with this mark on my nose and like these alcoholic looking eye bags beneath me that make it look like I've been binge drinking, even though I've just been having problems sleeping. I look like I've lived a life that I have not actually lived, and that at least I should have lived in order to look this disheveled.
Good.
But I haven't lived that life, so that's not good. I look like I've been divorced at least once, and she kept the kids. That's kind of what I look like right now. Like,
What they say, man, fake it till you make it. One day you'll get divorced and she will take the kids.
One can only hope. That would at least mean that I had tried in life.
Tried by a jury of your peers.
Yeah, and the verdict is asshole and loser. They're like, this dude's a total schlub. He should not have kids. Not with a carpet on the wall behind him as a background of some kind while he's making a podcast. He should not have kids if he has a podcast. That's how that works. If you have a podcast, don't have kids. You're introducing them to a life of misery and pointlessness, really.
Yeah, you're going to have to shut them out when you're recording, and they're just going to be like, what, papa, por qué? I don't know. You never know, Ben. Things can turn around into a whole different sphere. And, you know, what I always say to you, carpet diem.
Carpet diem, bro. That's good. Seize the carpet. Well, I guess carpet diem is whatever carpet is the day. Carpet the day.
Exactly, yeah. Accent rug the day.
How do you say carpet in Latin?
They didn't have carpets back then, Ben. They just had rocks. Rocks and sand.
Tapete diem. Tapete.
Tapete diem. Tapatio.
Tapete diem. Carpet day.
Cholula diem.
I have Cholula green. I've been eating that with my eggs lately. That shit is the best. Have you had that?
I have. Have never bought it, though.
I buy it. I put it on my eggs. I get hard-boiled eggs, and I cut them in half, and I put a little hot sauce on the flat part of the eggs.
You don't make your own hard-boiled eggs?
No, I scramble eggs. I'm too lazy to make hard-boiled eggs and have to peel them and stuff like that. The whole peeling thing, it's a pain in the ass, so I just buy hard-boiled eggs.
Not appealing.
It's too much peeling, actually.
Are you worried that you might peel off your own skin because your head looks a bit like a hard-boiled eggs?
I might mistake my head for an egg.
Yeah, you never know.
It looks like I tried picking at my own skin right here on the bridge of my nose. See, like I thought this was part of the hard-boiled egg, and instead I just peeled off some skin on my nose, and now I have this here. I have to go see a dermatologist and try to explain to him that I mistook my head for an egg. And he's going to be like...
Happens all the time.
I mistook it for an egg, too. I thought an egg was talking to me right now.
Humpty, no!
I thought your name was Egg Steinberg.
That's an Aunty Donna joke. It's one of the worst jokes in the show, but Ed Helms is like, my name's Egg Helms. And they're like, no, it's Ed Helms. And they show him his IMDb. He's like, what? I thought my name was Egg the whole time. It was like a super non sequitur for no reason, just because he's a producer of the show.
I appreciate that. I appreciate non sequiturs like that. In Arrested Development, there's Michael Bluth finding out that his real name is Nichel, Nichael, on his birth certificate.
Oh.
They just misspelled his name on his birth certificate, and his actual name is Michael Bluth, but he goes by Michael. And that is also sort of like a pointless gag that I find funny. So I would have appreciated that Aunty Donna thing had I seen it. I should have watched it. I didn't really have much patience for that, but
it was good. The first episode, pitch perfect from front to back. 9.4 out of 10, somewhere in there. And then each episode, so after that, kept going down the scale, unfortunately.
I mean, hey, as we've learned making this show, this podcast, maintaining quality is very difficult.
Not if you never start.
You're right. I've learned nothing. But there is a great like moment of comedy I've seen from Aunty Donna where the guy with the long hair goes, "Don't be such a," and then he traces out a square. "Don't be such a cunt." And I find that really funny. I find that's some good humor right there using the
I
cunt
love
word.
classic misdirection paired with a word that comes out of the blue. Smacks in the
Well,
face.
Australians are allowed to use the word. They're allowed to use the word cunt, right? That's how like slurs work. Is that they're New Zealand
Yeah, no. The Kiwis are, I believe,
cunts,
cunt coddlers.
cunt adjacent.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when I was in New Zealand, they had a sign at the van rental place that said, "Be a good cunt and clean out the van before you return it."
That's amazing. See, they use the word so casually that it's not mean anymore. It's just a noun like any other thing. Like you're my best cunt, mate. You know, that sort of thing. You know, why you got to be such a cunt? I guess that's mean in that sense. But my theory is that you're allowed to use the slur as long as you are the thing. So if you're cunt, you can say cunt, basically. And since all Australians are allowed to say that word, that means ergo, therefore, that is what they are. And if you think about it, they're a former prison colony. So, you know, what are prisoners but a bunch of people who were arrested for being cunts and then shipped off to...
Well, who knows who the British were actually arresting or whatever. This might have been political prisoners. Who knows? You know what? Everyone has been a cunt once in their lives. Everybody. Mother Teresa. Cunt.
Total cunt. Mother Teresa, known cunt.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Look, she yelled at someone one time for sure.
Based on my theory of heaven that I discussed a couple episodes ago, she is in hell along with literally every other human being who has existed. Because I believe that the standards for going to heaven begin around 6 months of age, and no one's capable of meeting those standards that young.
I think Donald Trump is going to go to heaven. I think he'll be the only one there, and it'll be his own personal hell. He'll have no one to validate and adulate and exfoliate him.
No one to brag to and no one to praise him. He's definitely going to heaven. I mean, the guy is like the embodiment of the 7 deadly sins. Like at least 5 or 6 of them.
He's making an 8th one somehow.
Yeah, it's like going to be a what do you think the 8th deadly sin is? Tweeting?
Dehumanizing others.
That's definitely one of the other sins. The 8th deadly sin is creating your own social media company.
Yeah, yep.
And having the audacity to give it the most dystopian name you could possibly give to any kind of social media company. Truth Social. It does not get more dystopian than that.
If you called it like the double speak.
Exactly. It's Orwellian. It's really weird. Truth Social. You know, if you have to insist you're truthful, then you're probably not. It's like when Donald Trump had to insist that he was the least racist person you'd ever meet. You know, it's like, well, I mean, the only reason you're saying that is because there are deep suspicions that you are, in fact, the opposite of the least racist person you'll ever meet.
The thing about him is that he's constantly perpetrating orange face, and that's really extremely just insensitive.
It's insensitive. It's in poor taste. You know, it's like the name Adolf. It's like now nobody else can have the name Adolf. The same thing goes for orange. Nobody else can be orange now that Trump has been orange.
Do you think Flota can be a word, though, or a name?
What is Flota? F-L-O-T-A?
F-L-O-D-A. It's just Adolf backwards. You think people calling their daughters Flota?
With how bad education is in America, I mean, it would not surprise me at all if someone just was like, well, it sounds like Florida or something like that. Shorten it to Flota.
Flauta.
I got floatas in my eyes. I mean, there's a guy in Africa whose first name is Adolf and middle name is Hitler. Have you heard about that guy?
No, is he on the rise?
He's a politician. He is on the rise. Dude, this is amazing. Let me look it up.
See, it'd be great if he was actually a baseball pitcher, because then he could be part of the third strike.
Third strike. Okay. His name is Adolf Hitler Uunona. Uunona.
You know, nah.
He is a Namibian politician who served as a counselor for Umpunja from 2004. So he's a politician. He attracted international media attention due to his unusual name, as he was named for the Nazi German leader Adolf Hitler. As were many other African children whose parents were aware of Hitler's power in Europe, yet were unaware of the name's negative connotations.
I've had this discussion before with people. It's kind of wild, just the way cultural things permeate other cultures.
Right. What arrives in other cultures and what gets left behind. What drifts over down to Africa. Here's the suspicious thing, though. It's like his dad named him Adolf Hitler, but apparently his dad really didn't know about the bad things Hitler did. But if you know about Adolf Hitler, you know what Hitler did. You know what I mean? It's like you don't name someone Adolf Hitler unless you like Adolf Hitler. And if you don't like Adolf Hitler, then you don't name someone Adolf Hitler. That's my logic. And then it's just plausible deniability saying, well, we heard he was a good leader. That's my theory.
Well, they're like, my son's going to grow up to be a great painter.
Yes. Maybe it was Hitler's art that made its way down to Africa, but somehow...
Not Hitler's fart.
Hitler's fart. The Nazis were literally in Africa, in North Africa. And still they're like, well, we had no idea that he was a bad dude.
Do we know where Namibia is? I mean, I don't. Look, I don't know where, I don't know, Indiana, or you know what? I don't know where Iowa is. It's somewhere in the middle low.
Middle, but a little high. But, okay, to be fair... Namibia is just northwest of South Africa, so it's a southern African country. So it is possible that Hitler's influence or his notoriety,
Uunona
did not make its way down to Namibia, and thus Adolf Hitler Uunona was born.
Though, I mean, it's not like a delightful name.
No, see, that's the problem. It's like you don't just name someone that and have no knowledge of Adolf Hitler and his crimes. You gotta like the guy and be like, I'm naming my kid after this dude because he got shit done. Or you gotta be like, I don't like the guy and thus I'm not naming my kid Adolf. You only name your kid Adolf Hitler if you really know who Hitler was and what he did.
No. Well...
I don't buy the ignorance plea.
You don't.
I don't buy it.
I think it's possible to hear something and never look into it at all. For some reason, it enters your subconscious, and you're like, "Huh, Adolf Hitler." I don't know why, but that's a good name. And then you don't even think about it. You don't look. You don't go past that initial thought and be like, my kid's named Adolf Hitler because I heard it one time and it struck me.
I think you're right. Maybe it's just people don't overthink things as much as I do, or as much as we do.
We doth
overthink if. Did you see the Super Bowl? You watched the Super Bowl, didn't you?
I watched the second half of the Super Bowl. Not this one.
Right, that was 10 years ago.
Feels like it, yeah. 2015, I think this was Broncos.
I remember I was with you at the house you were staying at in Santa Monica when we watched the Super Bowl where the power went out. It's like the 49ers versus the Ravens or something.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
49ers were winning until Goodell paid the gremlin on the plane to
put the power out, and then the momentum changed instantly, and the Ravens won. It seems so unfair.
And then Joe Flacco kept getting jobs while Colin Kaepernick never got really another chance again.
Yeah, but he knelt. If you kneel...
Yeah, look, if you go to church and you start kneeling on those pews, how dare you, in the face of God, kneel?
Kneeling is inappropriate in any context.
Yeah.
Any context.
Unless you're going to suck a dick, do not get down.
I mean, that's an inappropriate thing to do.
Yeah, not do it.
It's not inappropriate to get on your knees to suck a dick, but it is inappropriate to suck a dick, especially at church, which apparently happens a lot.
Well, it's called the glory hole because that's where that's where the best ones are in the church.
Right. God's glory, welcoming God's glory in to your mouth.
Yeah. They call it Ookie Eucharist.
Ookie?
Yeah, there's this game called Ookie Cookie where people come on a cookie, and then the last one to be able to do that has to eat the cookie.
Please explain further. I am profoundly confused, and I need some extra details.
Well, there's a cookie, and there's people coming on it.
Right.
And then the last one to come has to eat the cookie. I feel like I literally said all those words.
Yes, but why would anyone choose to be the last one to come on it?
Because
I see.
fraternity, camaraderie, brodom, you know.
See. It wasn't clicking at first. I thought it was just like a bunch of random people, and one person would be like, I'm not going to come on that because I don't want to eat it. But it's like you're with other people.
You know? Yeah.
You can leave, right. But it's like you're with other people and they're like, do it. And the last person to come on the cookie. That sounds like a euphemism for some last person to come on the cookie, is a rotten egg or something like that. So I gotta blow my nose.
Ooh-wee. This nose blow ad break is brought to you by Tony the Tiger. He thinks things are great. He thinks you're great. Eat Frosted Flakes. Eat frosted cakes. Eat frosted cookies by your friends. Tony the Tiger. They're great.
Frosted cookies. Nothing like them. But yeah, so it's called Ookie Cookie?
Yes, that's what it's called.
And what is Ookie exactly?
Ew. Gross. Icky. Ookie. It rhymes, Ben.
Okay,
I don't know
I see.
how much more fucking extrapolation of this stupid thing you need.
Look, I'm just asking questions. I'm genuinely curious. This is a thing I have never heard of in my life, and it was just introduced to me.
Yeah, you have to be sexually active, I guess.
I'm not sure you need to be sexually active to come on a cookie with a bunch of other dudes. You can do that without being a sexually active person. Granted, I am not a sexually active person, but there's nothing stopping me from going to the 7-Eleven across the street, finding some of the homeless people in my alley and going, hey, let's have at it. You guys hungry? I got something for you.
As long as it's not chocolate chunk.
Yeah, look, if there are only men involved in this, then it ain't a difficult thing to get going.
It's only man's.
Only mans. Come join my only mans. It's when there are women involved that it is an endeavor to be proud of, that you are sexually active. If you're just coming on stuff with a bunch of other dudes, if that's what your concept of sexually active is, then I'm proud that I'm not that. But thanks for guilting me about it anyway. That was a nice little just dig for no reason.
Start eating cookies.
I'm off cookies. I've been off like sweets and stuff for a while now. I'm losing a bit of weight. So you saw the second half of the Super Bowl. That was the better half of the Super Bowl. The first half of the Super Bowl was some of the most boring football I've ever seen in my life, ever. Now, this episode is probably going to come out 2 weeks after the Super Bowl, so nobody will even care at that point, and I'm sorry for bringing it up. That's the problem with a good defense. Like, if two teams have good defense, nothing happens on the field. It was like watching a soccer game, basically.
Yeah, the Patriots versus the Rams Super Bowl ended 10-3, I believe. Two elite defenses and Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, is he not a good defender?
He was the quarterback for the Rams. He was not a good quarterback for the Rams, but he turned into a good quarterback for the Detroit Lions. So, you never know when someone is just not in the right scheme. And this, this pertains to life. You never know if you're not succeeding, do a paradigm shift. Try to get into a different environment. You might just not be in the right scheme for you.
Exactly.
And follow your dreams.
In LA, on the Rams, you are a small fish in a big pond. But in Detroit, the standards are so much lower. There is so little hope in that city. That going from LA to Detroit, you're now a big fish in a small pond. It's just weird seeing all these like quarterbacks and being like, that is a literal child.
We're all God's children, Ben.
It's a good point. That's a fair point. But I'm looking at them like this person has no business trying to carry this team. I felt bad for the Patriots quarterback because he was so young.
It's like 23, dude. When I was 23, I was not coming on cookies.
Are you implying that the Patriots quarterback was? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm implying that being able to be a leader of men, anyone's fully capable at any age. I mean, look at the kings of old, the fucking 14-year-old people just being like, okay, we're going to war.
Well, people at that age often had handlers behind them who were sort of running things until they got older.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein, the Oopstein files. We're going to be getting more of that. How long do you think it's going to be before we get more of those files, the other half of the files that haven't been dumped yet?
2-3 weeks. Once winter ends, once groundhog curse of winter is over, we'll get more Epstein fillets.
It's funny you say that because I was thinking about how this episode is going to be coming out in 2 weeks. And I had an idea to be like, in order to be topical 2 weeks from now, let's try to predict what will be happening in 2 weeks and then talk about it like it's happening at that moment.
Yeah. 9, 16, Wednesdays. 11, 18, 25. We're looking at March 4th. 11 again. 18. Oh yeah, March and February mirror each other, which makes counting easy. Anyways, I went too far.
Are you counting the dates that this episode comes out?
6 weeks from Groundhog Shadowizing, Feb 2. That's a Monday.
Today's Feb 10th.
I'm just saying, you got 6 more weeks of winter from February 2nd. So I'm counting what day that the Epstein files will come out. So
Okay.
9, 16, 23, 2 again, 9, and 16. March 16th, the day before St. Patty's Day. Everyone's going to be rip-roaring drunk and reading those Epstein files.
That was a very roundabout way of... You started counting. You literally just started counting. And I'm like, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm counting the days to the Epstein files. Like, oh. But I had to ask you what you were doing in order for you to explain.
Well, if I counted well enough to get to the end, I would have explained it. Sometimes you just do things and then you explain later. Not everything has to be known to people. Sometimes you just got to sit with the discomfort of not knowing and move on with your life because usually it's very unimportant.
Right. It's not really worth knowing is what you're saying.
No, yeah.
The knowledge I am seeking is not knowledge worth pursuing.
Right.
I'll keep that in mind next time you tell me something that makes no sense. I'll just be like, all right, dude.
I'll see you in about 4 sentences.
Yes. See.
Oh, welcome to This Is Unusable. I'm Tyler Martin.
I'm Ben Steinberg. Right, we forgot to do the intro.
And this is Unusable.
Yeah, exactly. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Our last 2 episodes had 3 people, and that was fun. But it's nice doing it just 2. It feels a little easier now. Now that we've done 3, this feels a little smoother to me, just a little bit. I don't know. How did it feel to you?
After bringing in a third, our communication opened up, and we were able to really get back into our emotional state. Spicing things up works for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
If you're having trouble out there, spice it up. If you can't handle spice, it doesn't matter. Do cinnamon. That's a spice.
That was This Is Unusable.